Hello everyone, and welcome to The Watch Counter. Please subscribe for more watch unboxings, watch mods, and strap reviews. Today we're going to be looking at some Seatbelt NATO style straps from different popular brands, examine their pros and cons, and hopefully that's helpful for someone that's currently in the position I was in, meaning you know you want a premium feeling NATO, but have no idea which would be best. The video isn't sponsored. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I'll throw on-wrist shots at the end of the video, but make sure to listen to the pros and cons because looks aren't everything with these. I hate videos that make you wait for brands, prices, stuff like that. So straight away from left to right, we have the Archer Seatbelt Premium NATO. It's $19.99. Wornikoff Premium NATO, $19.49. Ritche Premium Seatbelt NATO, $15.99. Generic cheap nylon NATO for comparison purposes. Links are all in the descriptions below, so let's dive into it. Okay, to set a baseline, this black strap, again, is your generic cheap Chinese NATO. I got it in a bulk buy years ago, probably cost $4 or $5. It's been worn quite a bit, holds up well, but it has very cheap hardware. Let's see this, look how thin that is. And the keepers. The texture feels cheap. It certainly isn't complimentary to a nice watch. It looks very utilitarian, but not premium. Now the Archer strap features a more robust buckle than the Chinese alternative. However, the keepers look to be the same keepers, if I'm being honest. So, I mean, you would think they put a little bit nicer keepers on this for the price increase, but moving on. Okay, so the material is very nice. It's great to the touch, has a great sheen to it, has these really cool lines in it, which the other straps are not going to have. However, the downfall comes to these adjustment holes for this watch strap. So for example, if I put the buckle through, I put it on a hole here, and we tug on it a little bit, you're gonna see that hole open up. You see how that stretched out a little bit? That's not super confidence inspiring, if I'm being honest. There are also reports on Amazon that these tear. There's a few complaints about that. For the most part, you know, great reviews. I think it's 4 stars, but that is something to be aware of. Now, moving on to the Wornikoff strap. You have an even more robust clasp. You have much more robust keepers that actually look and feel very nice. Excuse the scratches. I did want to wear these to give you all a review. And they even went to the extent of laser etching the hardware. So you have a W there and the full name of the company on the keeper, which is a nice touch. Material feels great. It's just as pliable as the Archer, I would say, but it's even more beautiful in the sunlight. And I'm not in natural light here, but you can kind of get a sense of that sheen. I mean, in sun, it just pops. When it comes to the adjustment holes, they're also round, just like the Archer. However, you know, when you wear this, you don't feel like they're gonna tear. So if I pull on this a few times, and you look at the hole, it just doesn't stretch out. It just doesn't have the same problem, even though the holes are a similar size. And I guess that just comes down to the material. And finally, the Ritche. You have a more robust buckle on this strap than you get on the Archer. I would argue it's similar quality to what you get on the Wornikoff. Putting them side by side, I want to say I like the design of the Wornikoff a little bit better, but as far as quality goes, I mean, it's pretty close. As far as the keepers go, they're a little thicker actually on this strap, but of similar quality. You know, I mean, between these two, I really don't have a preference. As far as the material goes, it's great material. It has a thicker kind of thread to it, and so you can see the texture more on it. So up close when you're comparing these, you're going to really notice that thick thread. It's definitely thicker than the Wornikoff and the Archer. I know that might be hard to see on camera, but definitely a little bit thicker. It's also less pliable though. So when you try to bend this, you see it doesn't go flat like the other two. It's a little harder to bend. As far as the adjustment holes go, I don't worry about these adjustment holes. They're nice, square. You've got a very thick keeper here, and the complaints just aren't online about this one. However, there is one issue with it. The end of it seems to be fraying a little bit, and I hope I can pick this up on camera, but I mean, this is, you know, it's been worn for maybe a week or two now, and it's already fraying. So that's not very confidence inspiring, unfortunately. All right, now on to the on-wrist shots. Now please excuse, this is not the right size for this watch. I've been wearing these with a few different watches. They're in different sizes, but I wanted to keep the same watch on here as your baseline between the colors. Again, I like the sheen on this. I like the feel, I like the stripes. It's a good looking band. Next up is the Wornikoff. Again, the sheen on this is amazing. Very confidence inspiring to wear. The brushing's nice. Love it. Lastly, we have that Ritche strap. Again, you know, more robust strap, a little less flexible, feels a little thicker on the wrist, but beautiful sheen to it, good look, confidence inspiring to wear as well. Now, which would I have? The Wornikoff. It just feels the nicest. It looks great outside. I have no idea how they're selling it for less than $20. This is a $40 strap all day long, and I wouldn't mind wearing this on any of my more expensive watches as well. I love this thing. Honestly, if you're gonna get a Seatbelt NATO, get this. It comes in a few different color options. It seems to be kind of a small startup company situation right now from what I can tell. So maybe that's why they're going for so cheap, but I promise you, you're not gonna regret this strap. I love this thing. All right, thank you for staying until the end, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time with another great video coming soon.